And we're going to start with a question we received on Instagram. How do you ask us questions on Instagram? What's the handle?
Well, you can ask us on @BackpackerGuide.NZ.
All right. So Marie-Christine Leher on Instagram says, hey, sorry for asking another question, but maybe you could help me. Yes, we can. I found a route map for InterCity FlexiPass, and there is just a few bus stops. Do you know if there is any more small stops that are not on this map? P.S. I'm really thankful for your home site and your YouTube videos. All right, so I first want to address one thing. Almost every single time you're going to buy any kind of tools or passes or transportation routes in New Zealand, you're going to be given one of those kind of maps, which have a lot of little icons on there and usually only shows like the biggest places, the highlights of everywhere you can go and everything like that. And they don't necessarily always show every single places that you're going to drive through, that you can stop at. It's just because they like to make things a little bit easier for people. However, when you're planning a trip around New Zealand, it's not necessarily the best. Now, one of the companies that we're talking about right now is InterCity, and they are very much guilty of doing that. The offer is quite confusing, and that's the reason why we have so many InterCity videos on this channel, just because there is a lot of people that get really confused by the offer, and so we kind of just clear out the fog and explain a little bit about what it is. So this video right here will specifically address the InterCity map to give you a bit more of an insight on how that works. But it kind of works for almost every single kind of transportations in New Zealand. All right, so on this map right here, what I've decided to do, which I think will be a bit easier because there is obviously a lot of destination, is that I decided to take a couple of points of the map and kind of show you how many stops there is along the way, list them all for you because obviously we take those buses regularly. And so you have a bit more of an idea and how many stops there is, and you can obviously replicate that everywhere on the map. So for this example right here, I thought we could take from Auckland to Kerry, which is just right above Pahia, and we're going to be going through all the stops which are on the way, so you know basically what you're in for.
What's there?
All right, so we'll take the big map because that's going to be much easier. All right, my dear Laura, what about we start with putting Auckland and Kerry on the map? Can you put the big dots right here?
So Auckland's somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And then Kerry's
higher.
Really?
Yeah. Very higher. It's not close. Okay, if you want. All right, cool. And then we're going to be doing little dots, just tiny dots everywhere you can stop. So let I just show you quickly what there is. So for the Auckland one, just put them around there. Yeah. All right, so for the route of taking an InterCity between Auckland to Kerry, here are what the stops are. Okay. The first one is Okoranga, which is in Auckland. The next one is Albany, which is still around Auckland. All those ones are kind of Auckland suburbs. Orewa, which is another Auckland suburb. Waiwera, which is another Auckland suburb. Warkworth, which is probably the northernmost suburbs of Auckland. Shipworld, which is one of the main attractions in Warkworth, so it's a little bit more than Warkworth. Then we are leaving Auckland and we are in Westford.
Somewhere around here.
Keep going. Yeah. Just make sure you don't hit Whangarei until I say Whangarei. I know there's a lot of dots. Then we have Te Hana. Yep. Then we have Kaiowaka. Then we have Bridewin. Then we have Waipu. Then we have Ruakaka. Then we have Oakley.
Oh, that's a lot of stops.
And then we have Whangarei. So that's the first main town out of Auckland. So that's all those stops just going here. Again, we're going all the way to Kerry, right? So now we're going to go from Whangarei to Pahia, which is the next main town. So there is Kamo. There is Hikurangi. Some amazing cheese there. Hukerenui. Towai. Kawakawa. Opua Hill. And then finally we're in Pahia, which is the next main town. and then the next stop will be Kerry. So that's a simple bus ride, which very often costs like about $40. That's a very cheap bus ride in InterCity, and that's all the stops that you will have along the way. Now, if you look at the InterCity map right now, what it shows is that it only shows the big dots. So it will only show Auckland, Whangarei, Pahia, and then Kerry. So that's why we made the dot a little bit big. But now you can see how many little dots you have in between. So in very rare cases, when the towns are very, very close to each other, like Pahia and Kerry, then you will be a direct service. But still, you know, for example, when leaving Auckland, you saw how many little suburbs we did around Auckland. So just to give you an idea, and we're going to count them, between Auckland and Whangarei, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stops until you arrive in Whangarei for your 14th stop. On the map right here that we've seen, I know the quality on YouTube is not great, but if you look at Auckland to Whangarei, there is literally 0 stops. So that's just to give you a bit of an idea. And then if we go from Whangarei to Pahia, which again is just 2 dots on this map right here, we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 dots. So yes, there are a lot of little stops along the way, and you are able to stop in any of those ways. Usually it's obviously better and cheaper if you book yourself just up the way, you know, up where you're going. Don't book yourself up to Pahia if you're only going to Whangarei, for example. But yeah, you can stop in anywhere along the way. And when you book your Flexi Pass, which is kind of a bus pass around New Zealand, then at that point you are able to make your own itinerary yourself. So you are able to actually decide, well, I don't want to go to Pahia, I just want to go to Kerry. I don't want to go to Whangarei, I just want to go to Pahia, or so on.
And the great thing about on the InterCity website is when you're actually making your bookings to go to your next destination, they have drop-down menus which have an extensive list of all the little towns that they go to, so you get more of an idea of where they stop there. But even if you're not sure where the InterCity stops there, you can start typing in basically the booking platform there, and it will automatically come up with the name of the town if they do actually stop there. So yeah, and InterCity does have like the biggest network of biggest bus network in New Zealand, so they really do stop just about anywhere.
And so we just gave you this example for this short route right here because it's one of the simplest one. So it was just a simple way to kind of show you this, but between every single one of the dots on the map that we show here, the story is very similar. So every single one of those dots right here are linked with this kind of network right here. So just for the effect, we're just going to open it a little bit closer so you guys can really see how many little dots we have on the map. That is a lot of dots. All right. So I hope that this answered your question, Mary. We do have a lot of more information about this on BackpackerGuide.NZ. We explain how all those passes work and all of that. So it's BackpackerGuide.NZ, and then you go on travel tips, then transportation, and then hit the bus button, and you'll have plenty of articles that go all in depth into all that.
And we will be adding a link in the description below when we do the rebroadcast of this video. So that's just a quick way to find the appropriate article you are looking for.
All right. And also, if you find that useful, take a second to like, to subscribe, just to kind of reward us for our hard work.